Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Out in the garage doing a little bit of goofing around tonight. Just doing a little bit of plinking out here tonight. It's getting dark out, like I said a couple days ago. Right as I'm getting home from work, it's just about dark out. Really not enough time to even pack anything up and get it over to the range to shoot. So, but thought I'd do another head-to-head challenge for you guys. This one ought to be pretty interesting. Kind of a oddball couple or an odd couple. The first one I have out here is my Quackenbush #1, and this one is I'm going to be shooting these H&N Field Trophy 20 gauge, 20 caliber, not 20 gauge, 20 caliber pellets in that one. And I think this will be a pretty close matchup for these two. But the other one that I'm going to be putting it up against is my Crosman Model 110. Love this wood on this thing. Look at, hard to get it. There it goes. Look at that. Pretty cool. But this is Crosman Model 110. They call it the Town and Country Junior. This one is a 22 caliber. And I'm going to be shooting these rifle cutter, wide cutter pellets in this one. The only reason I'm not shooting a wide cutter pellet in the Quackenbush is because the H&Ns are the only 20 caliber pellets I have at the moment. So we're going to have to stick with what we got. So the Quackenbush, even though it's an older gun, it's a newer gun for me in the garage here, so we're going to shoot that one first. So we'll get out 5 pellets. So this one, you push the barrel in to cock it until it clicks, and then you pull it back out until you see that little loading port right there open up. You drop your pellet in there. Originally this was intended to shoot what they call the felted slug, which was a 21 grain or 21 gauge or 21 caliber slug with a felt wad at the bottom of it. I've seen a few of those for sale on Gunbroker and on eBay, and they are not cheap. They want, like, the ones I've seen, they want like a buck a round or more. I am not going to spend any kind of money like that on a pellet or anything. This thing will actually also shoot darts, but I haven't found any darts to feed in it either. But these 20 gauge, what would normally be shot in like a Sheridan air rifle, do seem to work really well in this. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. You know that me and open sights like these do not get along usually, but we will make do and do our best. If I can keep them all on the target, I think I'm doing pretty darn good. So far, it looks like I got a pretty good group going, even though it's not centered. There's no way to adjust these sights on this gun, so the only way you can adjust is with Kentucky windage here. Like that. But I love this old gun. This is pretty cool. I got a whole set of Quackenbushes. If you're new to the channel, I got a whole set of Quackenbushes recently, and this is a #1, which was this is actually the first Quackenbush rifle, but this one is actually the newest out of the group that I have. This one actually, by the serial number, looks like it was probably made in 1933, which is when Quackenbush, actually the founder, H.M. Quackenbush, actually passed away, and the family actually ceased production of firearms from what I've read. But the other ones I have a #4, a #5, and a safety rifle, and all of those ones date back to right around probably the turn of the century. So Alrighty, so far so good. I'm keeping them on the shoot and see. Sometimes with these older rifles like this, that is a chore all by itself. This one is a smooth bore. That's another 10. That's pretty good. So this one is a smooth bore, so that's kind of a disadvantage for this one compared to the Crosman. These Town and Countries were only made for like a year or two, starting in 1949, so they're very uncommon. This one shoots really good. I expect this one will, based on that performance, which is not terrible for that Quackenbush, but I expect that this rifle here will probably take this unless I completely screw up. So you want to cock it first before you pump it, because the hammer is resting against the valve, and it'll just, when you try to pump it, it will just bleed back out again if you don't cock it. But this one, when I bought it, it was in pretty tough shape internally, and I did a complete rebuild on it, and it's working really good now. Yep. This one is, like I said, this one's a rifled barrel, so this one didn't have a rear sight on it. I actually had to make this rear sight. I'll probably try to remake it again, because I've been looking for a replacement for it and I can't find it. I didn't have a heavy enough piece of sheet metal at the time, so this one's pretty thin and bends really easy. So, but I do have another gun that I can fashion the sight from now, and this one looks very similar to the ones I've seen online. Oh, not a perfect group anyway. These were never any powerhouse, and neither were the Quackenbushes. They're just intended for plinking and target shooting. Another 10. I'm definitely not disappointed by that group, by that Quackenbush, though. That is pretty darn good shooting for a smooth bore. Alrighty, looks like another 10, so I will add them up and let you guys know what we ended up with, but I'm pretty sure that Crosman won this challenge, so stand by. Alrighty, just as I thought. I could tell by looking at the that the Crosman was going to be the winner on that one. It wasn't a perfect group. I did end up with one down here in the 9, but had 4 10s, so we had a nice 49. But the Quackenbush did not do terrible, did not do bad at all. Had 2 10s, 2 9s, and then this one up here was an 8. Interesting, that one pellet, or that one hole there, the gun did not, for whatever reason, did not even have enough oomph to get the pellet all the way through. If you can see it there, pellet's still stuck right in the board. So for whatever reason, the rest of them went right through the back, right through this backing board, but that particular one got a, well, so I did have another backing board on there. I wonder if it just, where it was hitting was more blown away in the middle there than the other one. But anyway, so there is that head-to-head challenge. Very interesting, very cool gun, the Quackenbush #1. He did a good job. He did a really good job. But this head-to-head challenge is gonna go to the prettier of the two. I love that curly maple they put on these stocks. It just dances. That's like Shane Bruce over there at Resto Mod Daisy. He loves his curly maple stocks that he makes his custom stocks out of, and he talks about the grain of the wood dancing. When I saw this one, it was pretty cruddy and grubbed up. You could hardly see the grain, but I could tell that it was going to be a pretty gun. And I fixed it up with some of that Restora finish, and it really made it pop. And the rest of it was in pretty good shape. I didn't have to do too much to the outside of it. Just the way you see it is the way it came. But internally it was in pretty rough shape. But she's shooting good now. Got a 1.9 out of the group. But anyway, there you go. There is a head-to-head challenge with the Crosman Model 110 Town & Country Junior against the Quackenbush #1. Pretty good head-to-head. I kind of thought maybe the Crosman would take it, but I wanted to find out. If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I do post up new videos. Check out my Amazon link down below. Help out the channel. If you do any shopping on Amazon anyway, click on that and I'll get a commission for anything you buy. So, until next time, have a great day.